Flashlight no longer works, and the hotel's been flooded. You'll remember it didn't look like this. It's very different. Very, very different. The music's very... It's kind of perfect for this situation. You can really tell that this hotel was somewhat kind of emblematic of James's current level of resolve in this situation. When he first got here, it looks like... You remember, I commented on how beautiful it looked. And with the revelation, with the knowledge now that he killed his wife, it's falling apart more and more. You might notice that it looks even worse than it did when we first came out of that room. Somewhat of a nowhere situation from the first game, where the architecture has stopped making sense, so we're having to kind of trial and error figure out how to progress through the hotel now. We're crossing floors and going to opposite ends of the hotel just by going into certain rooms. It is completely given up on making any kind of semblance of sense. And the basement is flooded. Much more so than the rest of the hotel. Lots. Lots of health drinks. Oh boy, no, I want that other one. There we go. If a game ever throws this much ammunition and health at you, you better take all of it. Okay, there's definitely something up ahead. I think I saw James lock onto it a second ago, but I might be wrong. Oh no, okay. So, we were in the basement earlier, and there definitely weren't any fucking jail cells. The architecture's definitely shifting and becoming confused.
I was looking for you. Now you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? You're not my mama. It's you. I'm sorry.
Angela, no.
Thank you for saving me. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserved what happened.
No, Angela, that's wrong.
No. Don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me. Will you love me? Take care of me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James, give me back that knife.
No. I won't.
Saving it for yourself?
Me? No. I'd never kill myself. It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
Very, very powerful scene. Always fucks me up, that one. We're seeing more impossible geometry again. We just went into that stairwell room with Angela, came back the way we came, and we're in a completely different area now, even though we came back. So it is really, really bad now. And now that we've bumped into Angela, you can see that there's not only flooding, but now also fire damage to the hotel. And it's like it's kind of amalgamating the suffering of both of them, now that we've seen what their suffering looks like on both sides. For some reason, James kind of manifests his suffering of the knowledge that he killed Mary as water damage, as flooding, and Angela, as she said, for me it's always like this. So her other worlds, her suffering in Silent Hill took the image of a fire around her, which is obviously one of the most classic, iconic symbols of destructive power in media.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
So James clearly there talking about his need for Pyramid Head to judge him for his sin of killing Mary, and now that he's capable of facing that crime on his own, doesn't need Pyramid Head to chastise him any longer. This is a really tough fight. In case you're wondering, this fight is really annoying. It's because of the speed of both Pyramid Heads, it's kind of, it's best to use the pistol because it's the only weapon that you can use while moving. And the best way to avoid damage is to kind of backstep while shooting. Oof, just dodged it very narrowly there. You see that? So that's a good time to leg it. I get really greedy in this fight. I always want to get an extra shot in. It's good that you have the feedback of knowing when you've hit one of them because of the ding of the bullet hit ricocheting off the helmet. It's a really bad moment there. That was me having to stop to reload. So you can move while reloading, but only as long as you don't change your course or direction. It's annoying because I've accidentally oh no. I've misaligned them. It's usually it's best to have them kind of more or less in the same place. But I've accidentally, they're not equidistant anymore to each other. So I'm kind of, there's always one that's gonna be way too close. I could correct that, but it would take longer than it's probably worth. I want to see experiment here. I'm gonna unequip because when you've got the cleaver equipped, you can't hit them properly. Okay, well, you can't run. Sorry, I mean. All right, here we go. Let's try this. I can't tell if that was good damage or not, but that was not good because I had to take a hit to even make an attempt with that. Let's because it is taking a little bit to do it with the pistol, so I'm gonna try. Yeah, okay. As you can see, very irritating to do it with the rifle. Although it's not impossible. I did get like 2 shots off there. Wait, one of them's retreated. Oh, they've both retreated. Brilliant. That did it. It's very interesting when they commit suicide, they both point in the same direction. There's a really funny fan theory that they're pointing towards the island of there's a secret island on Silent Hill where the cult was, like, the cult of Silent Hill was known to have tried to resurrect people with magic, and there's a theory that they're pointing towards that island. I think it's a bit of a reach. So I don't think it matters. I think you can put either of these eggs in either hole. About the size of a quail's egg. Very weird description. It looks like a bayonet, that one. It looks like a Bayolet from Berserk. Oh, shit, dude. If James had a Bayolet, I don't wanna dwell on what kind of power he would draw out from that Bayolet. Jeez Louise.
Mary?
What do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look! I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James, wait. Please don't go. Stay with me. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please, James. Tell me I'll be okay. Tell me I'm not going to die. Help me.
My dearest Laura, I'm leaving this letter with Rachel to give to you after I'm gone. I'm far away now, in a quiet, beautiful place. Please forgive me for not saying goodbye before I left. Be well, Laura. Don't be too hard on the sisters. And Laura, about James. I know you hate him because you think he isn't nice to me. But please, give him a chance. It's true he may be a little surly sometimes, and he doesn't laugh much. But underneath, he's really a sweet person. Laura, I love you like my very own daughter. If things had worked out differently, I was hoping to adopt you. Happy 8th birthday, Laura. Your friend forever, Mary.
Mary?
When will you ever stop making that mistake? Mary is dead. You killed her.
Maria? It's you. But I don't need you anymore.
What? You must be joking. But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted. I'm different than Mary. How can you throw me away?
I understand now. It's time to end this nightmare.
No, I won't let you. You deserve to die too, James.
Okay. So, a few different ways to look at this. I believe that this is James deeming that, I think Maria is kind of this, this attempt for James to pretend as if, you know, I think when someone's, like, detached from someone or, you know, murdered them even, I think that, psychologically, I think it would be natural to try to, detach from the reality and try to kind of make this idealized version of them. And because James no longer needs Maria, because she's such a a coping mechanism for his murder of Mary. And this creature that was made by James is now incredibly pained and angry that he's kind of thrown her away.
James. James.
Mary?
James.
Forgive me.
I told you that I wanted to die, James. I wanted the pain to end.
That's why I did it, honey. I just couldn't watch you suffer. No. That's not true. You also said you didn't want to die. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way. I wanted my life back.
James, if that were true, then why do you look so sad?
Mary?
James. Please. Please do something for me. Go on with your life.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you, something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it.
I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
Oh my god. Sorry, that. Fuck. That letter at the end always freaking gets me, dude. Oh my god. So that's Silent Hill 2. Oh, shit. Oh fuck, I promised myself I wouldn't actually cry at the end, because I gotta talk at the credits. So I hope anyone who's new to this game, after watching this, they can maybe see why people treasure this game so much. It's this game's fucking amazing, and the fact that I've beaten this game like 5-6 times, that ending still gets me every time. Oh man, this music is really fucking good as well. I believe this one's Overdose Delusion. There's a different song for every ending you get. I still think this is the best ending, where Laura and James go to leave the town, start a new life. where James finally gets to be like a father, and it essentially keeps Mary's promise of adopting her. Such a good game. I've had a lot of fun playing through this. I always wanted to do a playthrough of Silent Hill 2, but I wanted to wait until I was at kind of the right moment where I could make it really good. But for newcomers and Silent Hill fans alike, I hope that this was fun and maybe insightful in some areas to watch. And it's just been good. This has been really good to play through this again and talk about it. I love this song. I think I used this in one of the earlier episodes, this song. This is on my phone as well. Love listening to this. I'd like to say, as well as a final thing, because I've only mentioned it once, this playthrough wouldn't be possible without the Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. It's like a definitive release. I think I talked about it in the first episode, but it's the PC mod for this game that essentially makes it playable on modern hardware and makes it as close to the PS2 original version as possible. And it's borderline immaculate. It's so good, and they're still working on it and still making improvements, and it's honestly been the best playthrough of this game I've ever had. The most visually impressive and the most technically perfect. So if you don't mind getting a DVD copy or pirating a copy, then I'd say getting the enhanced edition is a really good idea, especially for a first playthrough. You do have to make some tweaks to it, like with reshade and stuff, but it's worth it. And there's Crosshair. That's the guy who made Reshade. It's good that it has its own credit set, because I wanted to, put some credits in for the guys who made the enhanced edition, but I didn't know if I was gonna have to do it myself or not. Alan Partridge. Sorry, that's like a famous comedy character in the UK. Don't know if that's how intentional that is. I've never seen this key art of Angela here. I wonder where this came from. I love the Silent Hill 2 key art. I think I've used a little bit of it in the thumbnails. It's really good. There's something about the aesthetic of the key art that kind of transcends the era it was made in. It looks very iconic and bold. Big fan. If you're still watching this far, I know most people kind of click off by this point, including one very particular person. I know you're watching this, Akari. I know. I'd like to say, if you enjoyed this as kind of a more serious, more kind of calmer, more thought out playthrough, leave me a comment saying if you like this or not, because I know the first playthrough was a bit more silly. So if you liked this, then I'd really like to know, because I would like to do more like this in the future, but I'd like to know like what people thought of it. and if it was still entertaining, even though it might have been a bit more dry, I guess. So, this is our results screen. This is how I did as a player. I can't remember if this is good or not. Killed 79 enemies by fire. I can't believe I only killed 8 enemies with the gun. That's, it shows how conservative I am with ammo, doesn't it? It's a bit silly that because I had like 50 rifle rounds and like 211 pistol rounds by the end of the game. I only killed 8 enemies by shooting, and the rest of them were killed with melee. Jesus Christ. That must be, I used 211 items, or collected? I think it's used. I think I used 211. I think that's just down to curatives, like ampoules and first aid kits and health drinks. So I did a lot more running. I did just over double the amount of running that I did walking. And a clear time of 5 hours, that's not too bad. Obviously the playthrough, the videos, if you added them all up, it'd be a lot shorter, because it edited out a lot. A lot of like faffing around and double checking rooms, because I'm OCD like that. I always have to double check rooms when I explore. So, this might not be the end, because there's a second scenario where he plays Maria, and I'm curious as to whether or not the dev team for Enhanced Edition have touched the second scenario very much. And I'm kind of curious whether people are, you know, maybe a little bit sick of Silent Hill or not, so leave me a comment as well, saying if you want me to do the sub-scenario, Born from a Wish, or if you just want me to leave it at James's scenario. But I guess whatever happens, I'll see you next time. Whether it's the next playthrough or Mary's scenario. But thank you for watching, honestly. If you've watched this whole playthrough, that means a lot to me. I worked really hard on it, and this game's a very personal, special game to me, so I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.